There are some symbols in the LandFX Plan Graphics library that you may have noticed scale differently based on what scale your plan is set to. These are called Dimscale blocks. You'll want to use these anytime you have a symbol that you always want to show up at the same size on your sheet of paper in order to remain legible. For example, in my design, I need to have this custom symbol for a fire hydrant always appear at the same size on my paper. If I were to draw it at its real-life to-scale size of 10 inches on this large-scale drawing, nobody would ever be able to recognize that it's so small. I need it to be large enough to see and consistent across drawings. Let's save it as a Dimscale block. Go to your layout space correctly set up for your units. You can even go to an active drawing, like I'm doing now, to get a better sense of scale. Draw your symbol at the size you always want it to show up as on your paper space. I've even got multiple scales of viewports on this page so that I can check that the size works for multiple scales. Now I'm going to save the block using LandFX's Save Block command. Find an appropriate space. I'm going to save this in Plan Graphics so that I can use it with a reference note. When saving, make sure that Dimscale is selected. Use inches if you're drawing this block using an imperial unit drawing, and millimeters if you're drawing in metric. Now to test and inspect your handiwork. You can see that as I change the LandFX scale, the size of the block placed in model space also changes. Looking at those blocks from paper space with two viewports, the two blocks are the same size as the symbol I used to save the block. It's that easy, and this has been another power tip for you, the user, to show that scaling with LandFX is as easy as you want it to be.